Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Keeping Up with the Queen. Today, I need help, you guys. In case you haven't been on Earth, Natasha Denona just revealed her very next medium-sized eyeshadow palette called the Retro Eyeshadow Palette. And this is inspired by the mini retro palette that she released I think 1 or 2 years ago. I didn't get it because I wasn't a fan of the combination of pinks and green, but now she revealed this retro palette with rose mauves and taupes and purples. It's stunning. So I need help. I am going to pull out all of Natasha Denona palettes that I have, and we're gonna do a ton of swatchings and just trying to find dupes or alternatives from these palettes and hopefully help me make a decision whether to buy this palette or not. I encourage all of you to do the same thing and take out your palettes and do some swatching, play with them, and decide before you purchase a new eyeshadow palette. I want to make this a new trend among us makeup lovers who are also on a budget or not millionaires. Let's get right into it. It's coming out on September 3rd online Sephora and later in store. There's so many palettes, I am overwhelmed. Featuring 15 romantic burgundy and mauve shades combined with gray, browns, taupes, dusty rose, and vintage pinks. Perfect to create romantic retro inspired look. $65 for the palette, which is very nice considering you are having 15 colors to play with, and the pans are not too small, not too big. I'm not a makeup artist, I'm more of a makeup enthusiast, an eyeshadow lover, if you will. So maximum I would go for is 15 pans. If more than this, I will have way too much to deal with and I won't know what to do. So I prefer like these small palettes and these medium palettes. So it's a great value overall. In this palette, I believe there's one shade that she pulled from her now discontinued Lila palette. There are a ton of the cream to powder eyeshadow formulas. If you are familiar with them, like bronze palette is this deep dive shade. Works really well. It's just takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm assuming it's gonna be easy to use because it's Natasha Denona. I have never been disappointed with her eyeshadow formulas before. I like the fact that it doesn't do exactly what the mini retro does. It does have those baby pinks in it, but it doesn't have any green. It takes on a completely different direction. I have light, medium, olive undertone, so these kind of shades are right up my alley. So that makes it very hard to resist. There are some traditional shimmers. There are, of course, metallic shades. And I believe 1 or 2 traditional powder mattes, which are fantastic, by the way, her formula. The shade in the middle called Psychedelic in the middle is a foil shade. So it is a shimmer metallic, but it has an additional layer of more chunky glitter particles that will really pop on your eyelids. So I'm very excited about that shade. There are a lot of complementary shades that I can see are very similar in tones but different in depth. So they're going to complement each other perfectly. It looks kind of like the Mini Love, and it looks like the new nude palette from Huda Beauty as well. These kind of shades are not new. They have been done before. That's exactly why we're doing this in this video. Now let's do some swatching with what I have in my collection, and I will make a decision by the end of this video whether I want the new palettes or not. For now, my decision is no, because I believe I can find a lot of alternatives that will make up the majority of shades that are similar to this palette. So for now, I'm saying no, but maybe I'll change my mind probably, because you all know I have a problem with eyeshadow. I don't have the Love palette and I don't have the Sunset palette, which are the same medium 15 pan size. If you have those two palettes, I imagine you will have a lot more dupes than me. But I have the Mini Love here, so let's go straight to it. By the way, on my eyes today, I used this palette and I love it. It looks stunning on my skin tone. What do we think? Do we agree with me? It makes me want to get this palette a little bit more than before. Like, oh my god, this palette is gonna be full of colors that look stunning on me. 3 shades that are very much could be dupes or very similar alternative. I see the deep purple here, the mauve shades, and this glittery pink. There we go. That's the pink. And then there is that mauve, which is so pigmented and so creamy. I think this is just the traditional matte formula, but it's so creamy. There they are, beautiful. Another mini palette is the Mini Glam. Only one shade, which is this taupe. I don't think this is going to be a really good dupe because it's so cool tone. After timeout for the camera to cool down, we're back. Happy thoughts. Okay, we are going to the Glam palette next, the big guy. A little bit of a warmer, rosy kind of a transition shade right there. I can see the baby pinks, shimmers, and I can see that silver. This is the one, yeah. This is definitely gonna be a lot closer. The baby pink, gray, the other baby pink. I would say we are on point so far. New Zendo palette, Sense and Tranquil. To be honest, I haven't used it since I reviewed it, which is a problem. I don't want to repeat, so that's why I'm thinking carefully about this new palette right here. Last but not least, we have the bronze palette. The two shades that have potential. One is this rhodium shade, being a purple magma. It's really not a dusty rose at all. I'm just finding shades at this point. So there we go, and there we go. You know, blend it out. It's a pretty rosy shade, don't you think? Gray shade is pretty close to this lash line shade in the Glam palette. The one in the retro palette is going to be a cream to powder, and this one is a traditional powder formula. I'm not going to go through my entire eyeshadow palette collection. That would be a 10-hour video. So let me put that against the swatch picture. I don't think I have every shade right, but I think a lot of them are going to be very close on the eyes anyway. When it's applied on the eyes, the shadow is going to be blended with each other. It's going to be less visible than on the hand. Like for my eye look right now, only when I close my eyes you can see the full look, if you know what I mean. I do think I have a lot of shades that are able to dupe that palette or create a very close alternative within my Natasha Denona eyeshadow collection. But if I get this new retro palette, I'm going to have all of those shades laying in front of me. They have the perfect tone for each other and they're going to be all in one. So I don't have to dig everywhere to find these shades. Therefore, if you are only interested in certain shades in this new retro palette, you already have the other palettes from Natasha Denona that have similar tones. You don't need it. But if you like aesthetic of this palette and you want the ease of just having all of these shades in one palette in front of you, and you don't have to use multiple palettes at the same time to create one look, then this one will be a great palette because I never doubt Natasha Denona formula will perform. It will blow your mind how good her formula is. I was trying to convince myself that I don't need this palette, but from all the swatching, from create this look, from the pretty similar Mini Love, trying out her formula, like opening all of her palettes, it just sparks something in my mind about how much I love Natasha Denona, and so now I'm leaning toward more to get it. Do you guys want me to review it? Now the ball is in your court. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to get this palette to review for you. And if there are enough requests, I am going to get it. If not, I will just get it at a later time during a sale. You know what I mean? Please don't forget to click like, subscribe to my channel, click that bell notification button so you don't miss out on my weekly videos. Have a great day. I hope this video is helpful for you. I will see you in my next one. Until next time, please don't flop.